Hello and welcome back to MeadowGrove. So we have been very busy making some very late hay. The weather has stayed pretty dry, but it is due to start raining tomorrow. So I'm going to shut this door that seems to have been left open. Don't want that grain in there getting damp before we sell it. So we've done a field probably about over a week ago that's beside the farm there, which we're going to look at doing some mole ploughing on because we want to turn that to arable. We did quite a big area of marshland which is down over that way in front of us. So we have still got the marsh at the moment. We've had that for a couple of weeks. It's just been in the shed not being used. The people that have lent us it have said as long as it's not being used that's okay, we're only paying for when we are actually using it. So they've been quite good about that. Sheep are doing okay. Now we haven't used the mole plough for quite some time. I know we had one, but I think it was last dumped in here. Here it is. So we'll get that dragged out. Right, should just be able to pull that. Come on, there you get. Pull that out here so we can get it on the tractor. Right, that's a single leg Bomford mole plough. So we'll go and grab the Marshall and get that put on. And it's going to need something quite substantial to pull that through the ground. So we've left that plough on there. We might get the little MF out, having a go on that a bit for its last leg, literally. The 399 has disappeared off to the shop because we can't work out what's wrong with it. So it's gone off to the shop. That's been there for a few weeks. I think there's a backlog of machinery fixing they've got to do, so they're not in any sort of hurry to do it. So they said they'll look at it when they get to it, which isn't very useful. We've been making hay with the 698 and this. So we'll get this put on. Right, so that is that all fitted up. So we'll get off out there and give it a bit of a go. So I think after we've finished this field, the Marshall will probably be going back, I think, at the moment. Yeah, so this is going to need draining, this field. As it holds quite a bit of water even though it is on a hill. So this field had been done before, but it hasn't been done for years. But I'm pretty sure we're not going to find anything in the ground. But yeah, it's not been done for a very long time. So it got very wet last year. So, but now we want to put crops out here. We don't want to get them flooded out with water and dying off. So it's a very slow old job. I think I'm doing about 2 miles an hour. So it's going to take a little while for us to get across there. Going about a tractor and a half's width away each time. Certainly a nice view at the top of this hill. See all around everywhere. So one of our workers has carried on out there at the moment. We've just come back and taken the 698 off the trailer and put it on our 3-furrow plough. I don't think for the moment I'm going to try the Massey out there, because the front 4-wheel drive we don't normally have in, but it's quite brittle and I don't want to end up breaking it. So we'll get this out there and hopefully it's come across enough that we can start ploughing. And I should try and get that ploughed up before it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we might be going during tonight a bit. So this is still quite a heavy old plough for this tractor, because even though it's got weights, it's still wheeling a little bit. We could plough it crossways, but I'm going to attempt to go up and down. So when we do this, and when this is done, you don't normally go the same way, you go just a slightly different way across. Always across it, not running right over the drains. I think here we'll start going up and down with the hedge line. So I think we'll start going up and down here. He's got over a bit, so we'll see how we go. A bit of light on the front. It's slipping up here because it's not because it's wet or damp, because it's having trouble dragging the plough through the ground. This has been grass for quite a long time. So I'm back in the Marshall now. We are quite a way ahead of the plough. He's taking it quite easy over there. So we've only got a little way to go. We haven't got to go all the way across. Probably got about another 8 or 10 runs. That bit over there is not too bad. It's just mainly where it comes down off of here. So that can, all that water in the winter when it rains, can run down to all the main drains down in the dip there. I think what I'll end up doing is probably, when I have finished in here, putting the power harrower on and starting to do a bit of power harrowing over there until he gets finished ploughing, and then you can go and swap to the drill and get this drilled up, hopefully before it rains tomorrow. It's not supposed to rain till about midday is when it starts, so fingers crossed we can get this all done before then. Right, I'm going to make that my last run, because the majority of this bit is always alright. Seems to be sort of different ground here, and it runs off quite well from this part. But I won't carry on down there because it actually just makes it worse and sits in this dip that's here. Now, as we found before, if I've multi-ploughed this bit, it sits in here even worse. So I'm just going to leave it. So it is cracking on over there. So I'll get rid of this and put the power harrower on. And when he does finish ploughing, you can swap the power harrower over and I'll stick the drill on there. And we can get that last field of wheat in. So that's that taken off. Or should I say, we'll stick the rotavator on here. We're not that well off enough to have a power harrow yet. So we'll get this stuck on and get out there and start breaking that down. So this is where I'm going to leave it for this episode on here. So thank you ever so much for watching, and we'll catch you again next time. Cheers.